Well, hello, good morning everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back and I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video today, we have another offering from Olight. I'm very excited to share with you. This is the ArkPro Lite. Let's get this on the desk and take a closer look. I'm excited about this one. So here you can see the packaging. It says Olight, Rethink Light, Reimagine Style. I'm very excited about this one. Now it says actual product color may vary from the image. So here's a look at the side of the packaging. ArkPro Lite. This is their lifetime warranty, which is absolutely fantastic. Looking at the other side of the package, you can see it says ArkPro Lite. And then there is a QR code. If you wish to pause your screen and scan that QR code, it'll take you on over to Olight's website. If we flip it over and look at the back of the package, you can see there's some contact information for Olight. And without further ado, we're going to just go ahead and grab this little tab and open this package up. So as you can see right here, what does this say? There's something new here. Enjoy your ArkPro journey. That's cool. We're just gonna get these out of the way, and you can see there's a little tab here for us to grab, and this slides out just like a drawer. There's nothing left in the package. It looks like they have a magnetic thing here, or that's actually the ribbon underneath the sticker there. Quite interesting. They really did a lot of paying attention to detail on the packaging on these ArkPros. Very, very nice. So Rethink Light, Reimagine Style. Very cool. We're going to just pull out this little chart here, and this chart is absolutely fantastic. It has specifications for the ArkPro Lite, the ArkPro, and the ArkPro Ultra. So it's got all the run times and everything right here. This is the column we're looking at, ArkPro Lite. It also has the parameters of the light, so it's got the dimensions and everything. So I'll just go ahead and get close here, and we'll just take a look at the ArkPro Lite column here. In fact, I'll widen up a little bit in case you have one of the other models. We'll just scroll down here and take a look at all the specifications. And then right here at the bottom, there's all the basic parameters of all three of them flashlights. Now we'll come on over to the next page. We're on the ArkPro Lite here, so we're gonna do the same thing. We'll just go down here. I love this type of packaging. It's a very basic, easy to read, easy to understand guide that covers multiple lights. Talks about the battery is a little different on the ArkPro Lite, 1350 milliamp hour. Operates at 3.7 volts, 5 watt hours of capacity. It can be charged with USB-C or magnetic charging cable, and 1.5 hours if you use USB-C, and 2.5 hours if you use magnetic charging cable. And then of course the ArkPro and the ArkPro Ultra, they have a bigger battery. So we'll flip this over, and this talks about the ArkBeat. That's only on the Ultra model. So that's what the back of that looks like. There's many QR codes back here, so if you want to pause your screen and go to olight.com, or if you want to see the instructional video, or if you want to go to download the Olight app over here, you can obviously do that here on this card here. So on the back here, what is the thing that we see next? We see an MCC1 charger. So this is USB-A to 1 amp magnetic charging. So that is fantastic. I like the packaging. I like everything they've done here. And now right here we have a first look at the ArkPro Lite. right here on the bottom it says charge to activate before first use. So we'll just go ahead and pull that little sticker off. And then right here on the top, there's another little sticker that just kind of gives us a rundown. It says the red light is on the right, the white light is in the middle, and the UV light is on the left. And then it has a USB-C charging port. So that's basically what that says. So let's take a look at this light. That is beautiful. I love the etching here that they got on the side. It's got this beautiful door that opens up. You got a USB-C port there. And even with this USB-C port, this light still carries the IPX7 waterproof rating, which is fantastic. Dual direction pocket clip, which is really nice as well. There's a look at the back, ArkPro Lite. I like this. This is a nice looking flashlight. You got the business end of the light there. You can see lots of different things. So you have this selector switch. If you put it on the right, you have red light. If you put it in the middle, you have white light. And then if you put it on the left, you have ultraviolet light. Now there's no laser on this light, but operating this light is extremely simple. We'll just go ahead and start with the white light. So we're in the middle. We'll just push and hold the button and you'll see that will turn on. So that's fantastic. You can see we have moonlight mode now. This is 1 lumen, and on this setting it lasts for 10 days. If we push and hold, you can see we bump up to low. This is 15 lumens for 54 hours. That's fantastic. Push and hold again, we're going to bump up to medium, 60 lumens for 16 hours of runtime. Push and hold again, we're going to go up to high. Now that's a lot of light. That's 350 lumens for 155 minutes. Then it steps down to medium, or 60 lumens, for an additional 30 minutes. Now if I double press, you can see we get 1200 lumens of turbo. And that step down happens after 4 minutes. So that's pretty remarkable. You get 1200 lumens for 4 minutes. Then it steps down to high of 350 lumens, and it'll stay there for 134 minutes. Now you do get 2,225 candela, and you get a range of 94 meters of throw. Push and hold, we're going to go back to low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Double press for turbo, and a triple press for a strobe. So strobe warning. There's your strobe. Very disorienting. I like the way they've done this light. Single press turns the light off. Okay, let's go ahead and take the selector and switch on over to red light. We're going to just push and hold. You can see that we turned on to red. This is low. This is 5 lumens, and on this setting you get 39 hours of runtime. If you push and hold, you can see it bumps up to high red. This is 40 lumens for 5.5 hours of runtime. Now there is a hidden SOS feature, and it's a triple press. You got to do it quickly. Now there you can see we have 40 lumens of SOS, and that will last for 11 hours of runtime. That is absolutely fantastic. Now if we single press, we'll turn the light off, and as you can see, the light does tilt stand. We'll just flip this selector over to the UV light, and we'll take a look at what we have there. So we'll just push, and you can see the light comes on. This is 350 MW. That lasts for 6 hours. And then if we push and hold, you see we get a brighter one, 1000. It'll stay there for 5 minutes, and then it steps down to 450 MW. After step down, it'll last for 280 minutes. That's over 4 hours of runtime. Push and hold, we'll go back down to low, so you can switch between low and high on your ultraviolet light. Single press turns the light off, and I like keeping it on the white light setting in the middle. And this light does have a lockout function, so if you push and hold, you'll see moonlight, and then you go past moonlight. Now when moonlight mode turns off and you push the button, nothing happens. We are effectively in lockout mode. So you can throw this in your backpack. go on your hike and things of that nature. And then when you get to wherever you need to use the light again to unlock it, you just push and hold until you see moonlight mode. So it's very easy to operate this light. Now let's go ahead and talk about the length of this light. This is 111 millimeters or 4.37 inches long. It is 1.06 inches wide or 27 millimeters wide, and the thickness of the light is 0.6 of an inch or 16 millimeters. It weighs in at 105 grams or 3.7 ounces. And when this thing is on turbo, you get a maximum range of distance of 94 meters. And it'll put out 2,225 candelas. Now you can't see it right now, but one of my favorite things about this light is on the right here of the circle and on the left of the circle. And on the right, you can't see it right now, but you'll see a power level indicator, and then on the left you'll see a indicator that tells you what setting you're on. So if I turn the light on, you can see the power level indicator of the battery. And then if we just bump on up to turbo, you can see all four things are illuminated. So let's take a look at that again. Let's turn the light on. You see there's 3 indicators on the left. If we double press and go to turbo, you have 4 indicators if you're on turbo. You have 3 indicators if you're on high. You have 2 indicators for medium and 1 indicator if you're on low or moonlight mode. So that is pretty cool. And then if we lock the light out, you'll see a little padlock right there in the top center. It's white. See that little lock? That's telling us that we're in lockout mode. Very, very cool job that they did on these ArkPro lights. And of course, not to forget the power level indicator on the right, which is the battery life. So we have 25, 50, 75, and 100%. So very nice. So you can check the battery life in real time and see what the status of the battery is. That's very nice. Now here you can see the green indicator on the magnetic charger, and when we plug it in, that green indicator will change to red. So let me turn off that overhead light so you can see that. So when you disconnect, you see it turns green, and then to charge you just slap it on and it turns red, and it'll be green when charging is complete. Now I like that they include this magnetic charger with the light. However, it would have been nice if they would have included a USB-C cable as well. And that's what it looks like when charging is complete. Okay, here we have a bowl of water. Let's go ahead and turn this light on. We'll bump it up to low. And we're going to test the IPX7 waterproof rating on this light. So let's just dunk it down in there for a little bit. And let's see what happens. So that's low. There's medium. There's high. Let's double press for turbo. And that's looking good. Let's triple press for strobe. Very nice. Single press turns it off. Single press brings it back on. And let's go ahead and go on over to red here. There's red. There's high red. Let's triple press for SOS. And you can see we have SOS. Single press. Let's go back to low, turn the red off, and let's go to ultraviolet light. There's UV on low and UV on high. And as you can see, this light clearly passes the IPX7 waterproof rating with flying colors. I'm impressed. It did a good job. Big thumbs up for me. Let's go ahead and lock this thing out. And you can see the little tiny padlock there telling us that we're in lockout mode. Okay, now we're taking a look at the moonlight mode. Looking at it at my hand, and you can't really see much off in the distance. I'm not that far away, 2 to 3 feet. Let's bump it up to low though. You can see low we have kind of a floody style of beam, and let's bump it up to medium. That's what we're looking at. And then there's high. Nice big beam, and let's double press for a turbo. That's what turbo looks like. So you get a good beam pattern out of this light. Let's triple press for strobe. Wow, that's very disorienting. Single press turns it off, and another single press brings us back to high. Let's turn it off and let's go over to red now. Let's push the red. There's low. Push and hold. There's high. Boy, that high red does a lot. Triple press for SOS. Let's see what that looks like. Very nice. You can see everything's working good. Single press, and then again we're back to low. Let's go on over to the UV light and turn that on. You can see there's a nice tight hot spot there on low. This is good for checking for scorpions and centipedes. I noticed that it works on centipedes too. Push and hold, you see it gets a little bit brighter. I love the fact that they give you two brightness options for the UV light. So one, if you want it to last a long time, you're going to be using it a lot. And then two, if you really want some intense UV light, but it's not going to last as long, I like that they give you different options. So hopefully you enjoyed those beam shots up close and personal. Okay, right now we're looking at the ArkPro Lite. We are currently on moonlight mode, and on this setting we get 1 lumen for 10 days of runtime. You can't see too much down there in the distance, but if I kick it up to low, you can see quite a bit more. On this setting we get 15 lumens for 54 hours of runtime, so that's over 2 days of runtime. If we push and hold again, we jump up to medium. That's a lot of light there for such a small light. That's 60 lumens for 16 hours. If we push and hold again, we get up to high. This is 350 lumens. It'll last 155 minutes, and then it'll step down to medium of 60 lumens. And once it steps down, it'll stay there for 30 minutes. Now, if I double press, you can see we get a very, very nice turbo. This is 1200 lumens for 4 minutes. Now that is impressive to me. 4 minutes, and then it steps down to high of 350 lumens, and after the step down we get 134 minutes of runtime. Now before the step down we get 94 meters of throw, and we get 2225 on the candela. Now if I triple press, we're going to take a look at that strobe. So here you can see the strobe. This is 13 Hertz. It does not specify the lumen level or the runtime. So that is very nice for the white light. Now let's go ahead and take a look at red now. So we'll move the switch over. We're looking at red low, and this is 5 lumens for 39 hours. This is really nice. If we push and hold, you see we get to red high. That is impressive. That's 40 lumens, and on this setting it'll last 5.5 hours of runtime. Now if I triple press, we're going to get into SOS. So let's take a look at that. We get 40 lumens, and on SOS with red it'll last 11 hours of runtime. That is fantastic. Now single press turns the light off, and then now I'm going to switch over to the ultraviolet light. You can see way off in the distance. Here's the UV light on my hand, and that is a lot of light for UV. We get about 6 hours of runtime on this low setting. Push and hold, we jump up to high, and you can see things a little bit better. And when you're on high on the ultraviolet light, you get about 5 minutes, and then it steps down, and then you get about 280 minutes after step down. And this is a lot. Even though the camera might not justify it, this is a lot of ultraviolet light. Push and hold, you see it comes back to low, and then of course we can switch it back to white light, cycle through the modes, low, medium, high, low, medium, high. And you notice when it cycles through the modes on white light, it does it much faster. So that's pretty cool. Now if I turn it off and then I press and hold, again you can see 1 lumen moonlight mode. So hopefully you enjoyed those night shots out of this wonderful ArkPro Lite. Well folks, that's all I have for you today on this video, taking a look at the ArkPro Lite. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in the Lite, I'll put a link down below in the description box. This thing is fantastic. Please feel free to leave comments down below, like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and choose all notifications. Until next time, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.